two fan bases have been going at it early from the tailgate to the end zones, and you got to think this will be a little contentious. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And the Golden Gophers ready to get this thing started and open the season. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Nittany Lions offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week.
Breaks into the open. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
They're going to ride this running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. They're setting up the screen. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Nittany Lions are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hotter.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
The errant 48-yard field goal attempt forces them to turn the ball over. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Back to pass. Bring in the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's got it. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. From the gun, Give on the inside. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
Give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
You know they'd love to convert this 3rd down after missing a field goal on the last drive. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. I wasn't sure that one was going to get there, but had just enough gas to make it over the crossbar. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Golden Gophers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He's got it on the right. Across the 20 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and just like that, they're out of trouble. The Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. 3rd down play from the gun. Using the quick game. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, first down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Got his man. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Golden Gophers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On third down, he drops to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Guys, let's talk just for a minute about Minnesota. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
Well, that means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Splits the uprights. It's good. And the kick is good. And, guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Figueroa. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. He's going to let it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. We've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Figueroa. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
Got his man quickly. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Makes the grab. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He'll get rid of it. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
So now it's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Figueroa. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. On fourth down, looking for the completion. He lofts one down the sideline. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. Great place to start for this offense. Wants to go up top on first down. They've got the screen set up. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. The Golden Gophers line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Back to pass on second down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Thomas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Here's the pressure. They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And you'll have to be precise from the left hash in this short angle. So now on comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wants to change this route. To the air on first down. Under fire. He's going to take off. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Rushes on him. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeps it on the bootleg. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And that second sack of the day really epitomizes what Penn State linebackers are known for. Quick twitch playmakers.
Quick and fast. That's what they always are at Penn State. They find those guys that are athletes that make plays all over the field. And right here, he's got his second sack on the day.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Dumps it off to the flats. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Out of the gun, they give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Pocket breaking down. Running into the open space. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there.
There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got him.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And the Golden Gophers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets open down the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
The Golden Gophers will line it up on 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Power football with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid.
Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Golden Gophers are rolling down the field. The give to the left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And again, stopped right in his tracks. Nowhere to run.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Fires to the big fella. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Jukes his way for more. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking to throw on first down. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. You've got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll leave it with him. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. to the ground with the back. Got enough space. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. He'll keep it himself. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Gives it on the option. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. Let's take a minute just to think about Minnesota. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a coach he is, and we're going to find out how loyal these fans are really quickly in this season. You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
And the Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Defense has it. They're on the move. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say, everyone that's been talking trash about us all offseason, they're going to love us now. Don't pay any attention to that. All that matters is what's in this locker room. They've got to take that attitude forward.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about.
Hold.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
defense has the lead in the second half. Expect to see a lot of zone coverage. It's going to be tight. It's going to be hard to fit these footballs in, especially when you're throwing in the middle of the field like they were right there as the ball falls incomplete.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Snap to the back. Finds some fresh air. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. Defense trying to take it back. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
Yeah, and that is so frustrating because he did the right thing. He got the first down, got past the sticks, but didn't do the most important.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep fighting, right? This game ain't over yet. Like, you still got an opportunity. Does it look good? No. But now I got the ball back. Great job by the defense forcing the turnover. Now let's see if we can go out and make this thing interesting, put some plays together, maybe get an onside kick. Who the heck knows?
The Golden Gophers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. He'll throw on third down. Under fire. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football, and you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. The Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. They want that clock to run. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. From the 30-yard line on first down. They'll give it to the back. Finds a crease at the 20. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Knew where we wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously...
Oh, it's a fumble! Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Nittany Lions have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And the defense, man, playing aggressive, playing uphill, playing in the backfield. Nice job getting penetration, getting that pass before it really even gets started. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Nice job by the defense.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. With these last two plays, they've just taken this drive and thrown it right into the fire. Can they snatch it out on 3rd and goal? We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the this defense just wrecking the offense on the last 2 plays. Beck's going for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game 1, they've done a phenomenal job.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. And if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports.